my kings and queens. Adrienne Flyfree here. I have a special request today. I was talking to someone that I know, and I want to be able to share with you some tips and some tools if someone cusses you out. So today's title is She Cussed Me Out. So if you have an experience, which we all have, whether we're at home, whether we're at our jobs, or whether it's our neighbor, we get bombarded by different negative energy almost every day, but it's how you respond to it. So you remember in a previous post that I posted, it's about staying positive. Remember, my tip about staying positive is positive thinking provokes positive actions. Positive actions provokes positive reactions. So today's topic is, how do you respond to something or someone that's being negative to you? Say it's a neighbor. Your neighbor comes banging on your door. It's early in the morning or it's late at night, and you don't know who it is. But when you get to the door, it's your neighbor. Your neighbor is complaining about how when they saw you come in, you were on their grass. Let's just say you were on their grass. And so I've had neighbors before that, oh God, they were really mean. And I was much younger then, and I was in my early 20s, and me and this older gentleman got into it really bad. And it was really over his concrete in front of his lawn. And he was angry because he kept saying that, oh, my child couldn't ride their bike across the concrete. So what do you do if a neighbor is angry about you being on their grass, or you're too close to their grass when you're driving out the driveway? Some of us have had those type of experiences where you made a mistake and you nicked their grass a little bit with your tire. So if you have someone that's very irate and they're very rude to you, how do you respond to that? First, you have to put into practice positive thinking. If you put into practice positive thinking, then when these issues arise, someone comes and bombards you with negative energy, you know how to respond because it's already in you. You put it into practice. So, for instance, if a neighbor is upset at you and there's no way of calming this neighbor down, you can't go back and forth. Why? Because we all know that sometimes when you go back and forth with people, it turns into a messy situation, right? So whether you're at your job, you're at home, you're arguing with a sibling, you're arguing with your significant other, you're going to always be arguing with somebody. Somebody's going to always be upset about something. And sometimes that someone is you. So what I say is, how do you respond to this? If you have already put into practice to think positive, that means you're calling in certain things in the beginning of your day. When you first wake up in the morning, for example, you should start your day off by saying something positive, looking yourself in the mirror, or it could be in the shower. It can be on your drive into work. No matter where you're at, you need to call in what you want for that day. So, for example, what I do is I call in peace. I call in peace to cover me for the whole entire day and to go with me no matter where I go. That peace covers the people that I come in contact with, and that I have encouragement and strength and patience to deal with people, especially in my line of work. Because I'm a teacher, you're dealing with students every single hour, and you're dealing with about 30 students every single hour. On top of that, you have coworkers. We all have coworkers. We all know we're not going to always get along with our coworkers or always like our coworkers. However, no matter what's going on, we need to remember that we have to first call in what we want for that particular day. Every day, you should call in peace over you and those that you come in contact with. If you call these things in, when something comes against you, or that someone comes and they're destroying your peace and they're trying to take it away, you may give them a little bit. I'm not saying you won't, but you can't allow them to take all of your peace. You have to walk away with something, or else you'll be upset all day long. You'll be angry, bothered, irritated, impatient. And what do we all do when we're bothered and irritated and impatient? We always always get upset at those that had nothing to do with the situation. Why? Because we're impatient. We're already upset. We don't have any peace left. So in order for you to have some type of peace left, when something comes up, a person is upset at you, or a sticky situation happened at work, or a significant other is upset at you about something, you have to tell yourself to remain calm. When you tell yourself to remain calm, you can approach that person, talk lightly. A lot of times people are hollering and they're screaming at you. What do? You holler and scream back. So we're just going to keep matching each other's levels of anger. Our voices, our tone are going to consistently raise up. Then you have to work on bringing your body and your blood pressure down. We shouldn't have to go through that. So what you can do is, when you're in that type of a situation and someone has taken you out of your character, you have to will yourself back into place and say, okay, all right, I hear you. All right, I'll handle it. If that's something that you need to do or get done, just say, okay, I'll handle it. And then you walk away. A lot of people say, how do you walk away from something like that? Why? Because having your peace should be more important than proving a point. Having your peace should be more important than proving somebody, I can out scream you. I can out yell you. My tone is deeper than yours. My tone is higher than yours. We don't have to validate anything about who we are. And if we don't have to validate that I am a strong woman, me yelling at you is not going to prove to you I'm a strong woman, or I don't take no mess. Some of the stuff that we always say is, they not going to come for me. You come for me, I'm going to come for you. You'll be coming for people for the rest of your life. Okay? You'll be coming at people for the rest of your life. It's not healthy for us to keep anger and retain anger and continue to lash back at people that's lashing at us. If we're angry about something, somebody made us upset, it's going to happen. That's life. But what you need to remember is, just try to put into practice every single day how to call in peace. If you call in peace over yourself, you're meditating on peace all day long. It's not something you're going to forget that you called in earlier that morning, or you may go into work that night so you sleep during the daytime. Well, you calling in before you leave that evening. You need to make sure that you say something positive to set your day. If you don't set positivity out in the atmosphere, you will not have a day that's not going to be combative. People's going to be combative with you. You're not going to be able to take things that's going to come at you, and you're not going to be able to respond to people appropriately. We all have to work on one simple tool: effective communication. If we show that we have effective communication, we also are going to show that we have effective listening skills. And a lot of times, situations with different people may get blown out of proportion all over miscommunication. But if we have good communication skills, we know how to talk to people instead of at people, that's something you have to practice each and every day. It's not something that you're going to perfect overnight, or in a month or 2 months, even in a year. It is a daily practice. You practice brushing your teeth every single day. When you're younger, you're going to remember to brush your teeth every single day after each and every meal. You practice taking showers every day when you're a child. Someone taught you that so that you continue to practice it as the older you get. You have to put anything that you want into practice. Without practice, you have nothing. You have no foundation. The foundation has to be set, and no one else is going to set it for you. You have to set it for you, but you have to want it. It's not going to work. You can say, oh, I've done that before, but it's not going to work if you don't work at it and if you don't want it. If someone is upset at you, they don't like you, and you say that you want to basically tell them off, that's not you putting what you said into practice, which is responding to people in a positive manner. No, you don't have to feel like, oh, well, I'm weak if I don't respond. We always feel like, oh, they got the best of us if I walk away. If you walk away, they didn't get the best of you. You're showing them how mature you are. You're showing them how I don't have to tolerate this. I don't have to deal with this. A lot of times we can shut conversations down by simply not responding. A lot of times when people approach me or people say things that I don't really feel that I'm going to input into who I am, I just don't respond. I just look at them. There's different things that you can do. You nod your head, not nod your head. You can walk away. You have to end the conversation at some point. And if someone is not the bigger person, and if you're not mature, you're not going to handle the situation in the appropriate manner. And I'm not saying that you're not mature. I'm not saying that at all. It's how we respond to certain situations. If I keep responding to someone, cussing them out, telling them that words that I shouldn't be saying and words that I can't take back, with those loved ones, we sometimes have said things that you can't take back. You said those things. How do you get those words back? You can't. So how about we put into practice not saying that at all? If it's someone that we don't get along with, try to make sure that you remain in your character. Don't allow someone to take you out of your character. Remain true to who you are. If I'm someone, which I am, I usually smile all the time at my job. Have I ever felt offended because someone didn't smile back at me when I greeted them with a smile and said good morning? Absolutely. I've had times where I decided to not respond anymore. I'm not going to say anything to them. I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to greet them. I'm not going to smile. But then I had people saying to me, "Oh, why are you not smiling? Oh, is something wrong with you? What's going on with you today?" And it would be absolutely nothing. But I was putting into practice, I don't feel like smiling. I'm not going to smile. But that's not my character. So the only person that I was hurting was myself. I didn't hurt anybody else because they didn't want to smile and they didn't want to respond and say good morning. No one has to say good morning. But if that's who my character is, I'm going to smile and I'm going to still walk by. And that's letting the other person know, meaning you don't win. You don't get the power to change who I am. You don't get the power to make me feel that I cannot be as pleasant as I want to be. No one should have the power to change who you are. And ultimately, we change our character to benefit those around us. And that's something that we shouldn't do. I should never, and you should never change who you naturally are to benefit those around you. If you are someone that is always smiling, someone that always likes to greet people or always like to help people, you may be a helper. You choose not to help people because someone didn't help you, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're the only person that's going to be upset at the end of the day because it's not your original character. You're transforming so that other people can notice that you can be just like them. How about we do something different, which is show people I'm who I am, like me or not. I'm who I am. I had a student years ago ask me, a high schooler. This one, I think it was the first year of me being at this particular school. And they said, "Why do you smile all the time? You're doing too much." I said, "Because I'm not dead and because I have nothing to frown about." So I leave you with this. When you're faced with something and it's catching you off guard, it threw you off your square, as we say, or it took you out of your element, it took you out of your zone, it's okay to will yourself back into place. It's okay to tell yourself, wait a minute, let me step away for a second. Let me get myself together. I will count, and no one has to hear me counting. But during situations, sometimes I just count inside of my head. Like I'm telling myself, Adrian, bring it down. Bring it down. I see you getting upset. Bring it down. Bring it down. I don't want to carry anger with me all day long. I don't want to bring it home to my spouse. I don't want to bring that anger home to my children. I don't want to let it linger with me and I go to bed at night with it and then wake back up the next morning and I'm still angry. No matter what happens, no matter what goes on, if a student make me upset because how they responded to me inappropriately, then I may tell them, something between me and them to let them know that's definitely inappropriately. However, by the next day, I've washed it. I washed the slate clean. It's a new day. I can't hold anything against you because you had a bad day yesterday. Or maybe I had a bad day yesterday. So let's not hold anything against people. Just be who you are and let people be who they are. If you are in a situation where you did actually step out of your element and you're feeling guilty about it, It's okay. You're going to have plenty more situations that's going to try you. You're going to have plenty more people that's going to come for you, as we say. But remember to stay positive. You have to put it into practice. When my coworker asked me this question, how would you respond to this particular situation? My advice was this: put positivity into practice. Say every day before you leave out of your door, I will have a positive day. I will be peaceable today. Peace will cover me all day today, and everybody that I come in contact with will be peaceable. You have to speak something positive if you want a positive day. You also have to put it to practice daily. Make sure that you are the one that's calling in positivity over your day, because you don't want someone else being the first person to make you upset, make you feel negative about your day. You want to be able to already start your day with peace and with positivity. So, to my kings and queens, leave me a comment below if you have anything that you want to hear me speak about next for our next topic. Just drop some information below on what you want me to talk about. Don't forget to like if you like the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to spread your wings and fly. I'm Adrienne Fly Free. I'll see you next time.